Hi, family. Welcome. Grand Rising, Joyous Rising family. Chime in, say hello, let everybody know where you're hailing from. Joyous Rising, Rich Rising, Wealthy Rising, Great Rising, Glorious Rising, Joyous Rising, Phenomenal Rising. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Today is March the 4th, 2025, and the time is 12:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in my car, so let me know if you guys can see because it is sunny out here in Florida. I'm in Jacksonville, as you all know. And I just thought I'd chime in just for a few minutes, but sometimes, I go a little longer than a few minutes, so I try not to be too long. But I just came from the gym. Thought I'd come and spruce up real quick, throw on my pearls, and say greetings. It's so good to see everybody. Grand Rising. Wonderful afternoon to you all. I see you chiming in. Today is Tuesday, and I always say or often say that Tuesdays are very important to the so-called elite. Tuesdays are very important to the elite, and they generally make very significant announcements on Tuesdays. I've been saying that for many years. One of the things that typically occurs on Tuesdays are State of the Union addresses and inauguration speeches. Or if there's an important announcement that a president needs to get out, he'll usually make that announcement on a Tuesday, even if mainstream media doesn't make it seem pertinent. Ears always open my on Tuesdays. Grand Rising family. But today, before I get into today's podcast, I just want to say thank you because so many of you have blessed me over the weekend and on yesterday with the Cash App blessing. So thank you to Sister Deborah. Thank you to J.F. Kennedy Jr., also known as David Keith Quigley. Speaking of David Keith Quigley, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., family, he sent me his second book yesterday. Please get it on lulu.com. It is The Historian's Tale, The Amazing Return of President Kennedy's Son. This is his second book. You can get it on lulu.com. It will be on Amazon soon, and I'm going to do a review on this book, and then I'll bring him on. You guys know John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. His government name is David Keith Quigley. He sent me his book. He's a good friend of mine. And the reason what I thought about that is because he sent me a Cash App blessing yesterday. I had a bad day yesterday, which is not usual for me, but I was crying. I've been like really emotional for the planet. And as my friend Taj Diami, who I had on my show the other day, talking about how his son was actually expelled from school because he won't allow his son to take any of the the jabs. So he was on my show. Chief Mack was on my show the other day. Please look at that show. But Taj happened to be somebody very, very close to me. I've known him for many years, as well as Chief Mack. But I called him yesterday because I had been crying. I was like, I'm just so sad. Like the energy is so heavy. And I've been crying a lot this week and last week. And I had been telling him stories about my personal friends, how they're going through poverty. Many people have been through MK Ultra, being trafficked, abused. I've also talked to immigrants who've been through abuse and who have suffered in abject poverty in their homes. And then they came here to seek solace and they have a hard time here, and I was like, and then I go back and forth. Should the immigrants be here or not? They have to be here lawfully. But when I hear their stories, it's just painful. And I've just been crying like for days. So Taj told me, said, Kia, you are crying for the planet. You are crying for humanity. Take a break. Give yourself some grace. Be gentle on yourself. So I took the whole day off yesterday. And I just decided to, focus on myself. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. But after I talked to Taj, he made me feel better. He told me to focus on myself. I went to my mailbox and I had overlooked this book somehow. And here was a book from John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. He is the real living son of JFK Sr. That's his story. And he was taken into protective custody by his mom. Actually had put him in protective custody, but in protective custody is still run by the deep state, the cabal, the United States government. He was put through MK Ultra mind programming. He was abused, sexually assaulted, waterboarded, forced to do things he didn't want to do. The same story I heard from Rena Houston, who is the real living daughter of Whitney Houston, that was sold into sex trafficking. All these stories are sometimes too much for me to bear. And so I was crying yesterday. Oh, you guys may not be able to hear me. And I was crying yesterday. Chief Mack's in the house, family. He said, tough times don't last always. Tough people do it. Yes, we endure the rain before the sunshine comes out. So I was crying yesterday. Taj comforted me. I didn't bother Chief because I'm always crying on Chief's shoulder. He is my overseer. And then I got this book from John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., and it just made me so happy. And I love him so much. And then he sent me a Cash App blessing, and he packaged it, the book, in gold. He and Rockin' Robin know that I love silver and gold. So, woo. You guys, my spirits was lifted, and then I just started getting Cash App blessings. I didn't even ask for it. Sister Deborah Allen, David Keith Quigley, that was the name that the government gave him when they put him in protective custody and mistreated him and unalived his father, his mom, his whole family. I got something from my daughter, to Sarah Lattimore. Joyce Duckett gave me a Cash App blessing. Norma Salazar gave me a blessing. She said, I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. Deborah Allen gave me another one. Michael George, Maxine gave me a blessing. Alibi, and many more. So Devon K. Brown, Sheila Wallace, Ty Blake, thank you for the Cash App blessing. Dorian, thank you so much. Tiffany Williams, Amy Vines, God bless you. Harshonda, Tony, and Yvette Smith, and of course, Chief Mack, always dropping like hundreds of dollars just to let me feel that I'm covered and that I'm safe and protected and provided for. And this makes me feel so good that you all love me so much. So God bless you. Heaven smile on you is my prayer. May the Most High continue to bless you. Keep chiming in, family. I see that I'm having some issues on my my streaming. I've been having issues on my streaming. Another reason why I was crying was because I've been working so hard. And while I'm working hard, putting out videos, going live, putting up videos even when I'm not live, putting posts up, doing all this work, I can see my numbers on YouTube go up. I got 158,000 more views this last 28 days than I did the previous 28 days. And so the previous 28 days, I think I got like 200,000 views on my channel. So I'm watching my money go up. And then when it's payday, they took off at least $1,000. That's what I saw. So I saw a threshold the middle of February that I should have made. But what I actually manifested, what I actually saw in my bank account that's coming to my bank account is more than half of what it should be. So I'm crying like I'm doing the work. I'm helping the soul family. I'm listening to stories. I'm doing consultations. I don't even pay. People don't pay me for consultations because I don't ask. I'm giving up my soul, and I'm watching the deep state steal my money. So I'm just crying and crying and crying. And what Taj had to remind me is that, Kia, you're not working for money. You're working for God. You're working for the soul family. Stay encouraged and remember that. And so I have to remind myself that I'm doing the work for God's people. And even though the deep state is not paying me, everything, at least I'm getting paid. And, At least I see some money, but and I'm not going to say any buts. And then the Soul family helps me and takes care of me and blesses me. Thank you so much. And Chief Mack, my overseer or spiritual advisor, also takes care of me. So thank you, family. I appreciate you so very much. Please go out and get this book called The Historian's Tale from David Keith Quigley. On the back of the book, it says John F. Kennedy Jr. is the son of President Kennedy and Jacqueline. This book tells you how he was hidden from around 1968 till 2024. He sort of worked with the big boys and is thus in danger right now. He deserves the protection of all decent people. Is there a chance that he isn't Kennedy's son and maybe this is all made up? Yeah, a 0.0001% chance. So we investigate. That's what the author Mary Maxwell said, and she investigated. She did the work, and in this book, she mentions Dr. Kia Pruitt 3 times on 3 different pages. I'm like, oh my God. So God is getting the work out. And JFK Jr. sends me blessings, Cash App blessings every now and then, just to let me know that he appreciates the work I'm doing and to keep it up. Don't get sidetracked. So Facebook is sometimes censoring me, or often censor me. They sent me like 91 cents, and I go live on Facebook just as much as I go live on YouTube. I have many YouTube channels taken down. Rumble was even messing with me for a long time. They still are. TikTok. I've been banned from TikTok so many times, Instagram and all these, LinkedIn even. It's like, wow, really? But that lets me know we're making an impression. So thank you, Soul Family, for being here, because without you being here, I wouldn't matter. I would not be relevant. So thank you so much. So that's it for me rambling on. Welcome to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. I hope everybody has checked in. It's so good to see everybody. So tonight, President Trump is going to give a speech or an address to Congress. Now, let me make it clear that President Trump is still the president and CEO of the United States Incorporated. He is the 47th president of the United States Incorporated. Many people have said that he is now the president of the republic, but the lawful inauguration date for the republic is August the 4th. I'm sorry, excuse me, March the 4th. I don't know where I got August 4th. The official lawful date for the republic is March the 4th. That is today. Is that why he's giving an address to Congress on the lawful inauguration date on a Tuesday? He's giving a sort of State of the Union address. Now, it is very possible that after he officially demolishes the deep state, he will go down with the ship. I said it's very possible. I didn't say he would. The captain of the ship typically goes down with the ship. He is the CEO and commander-in-chief of the United States Incorporated, but the United States Incorporated is bankrupt. And what is he doing? He's downsizing the government. He has tasked Elon Musk with the job of downsizing the government through DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. And he's had to do that because he was mandated by the courts to do that. When the Supreme Court of the United States overturned the Chevron doctrine this summer, they said that the government had to be downsized. What has to happen is that the United States Incorporated has to be completely dismantled, and any jobs that are for our good or have some semblance of what it should be like in the republic, or if they could benefit the Constitution for our republic and we the people, then those jobs will be rolled over into the republic. But as it stands, the deep state has to be totally annihilated. There are 441 government agencies at least. The Supreme Court of the United States said the Chevron doctrine, also known as the Chevron deference, was overturned because those governmental institutions and agencies are unconstitutional and therefore treasonous. They said that these people had extended their powers beyond the parameters of the Constitution. They've put policy, statutes, and codes on the people that were unconstitutional and that were binding. Therefore, they have committed treason and they must step down. That is why so many people are crying right now, because they're losing their jobs. And what's interesting with the deep state is that the Democratic Party has invited many of those people who've been fired from the government to come to speak after President Trump gives the official inauguration address or his address to Congress tonight. Now, Trump made an announcement yesterday that he was going to give a speech today. He said, I'm going to give a speech on Tuesday, on tomorrow, March the 4th. He said, tomorrow will be big. I'm going to tell you like it is. Those were his words. He said on Truth Social, tomorrow will be big. I'm going to tell you like it is. Somebody do the gematria on that. So he's going to speak today, March the 4th, the official inauguration date for the Republic. And then the Democratic Party is going to do a speech or a rebuttal right after that. So that speech will be tonight at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, the Democratic Party is going to bring on some people who were officially fired to speak after President Donald Trump. I see some people asking to hear from Chief. If he's available, he can speak. We'll always bring in the Chief of the Soul Tribe to come and share some words of wisdom with us. So President Trump is coming to speak just days after he handles Zelensky, the president for Ukraine. Interestingly enough, Ukraine just offered the United States of America and Trump some of their rare earth minerals in order to end the war or in order to bring peace. But like Trump said when he handled Zelensky the other day, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to check you for how rude you've been coming to this meeting in dressed down sweatsuit looking outfit when you should have worn a suit to address me and my court. But since you didn't have enough sense to do that, he said to Zelensky, let me handle you. And let me tell you that without me, you're nothing. Interestingly enough, a lot of people got offended by the way President Trump and his Vice President Vance handled Zelensky, but that's because people don't know how to handle big D energy. Y'all not used to hearing me talk like that. Big penis energy. Most people don't understand and overstand masculine energy. A man doesn't have time to play with you. A man brings structure, order, and discipline. Why do you think so many women are running roughshod out here acting wild and out of control? Why are the children acting wild and out of control? Because they don't have that big penis energy in their lives. They're afraid of it. They don't like it. They don't like order. They don't like structure. But if you want real peace, then you sometimes have to bring the fire before you can bring the peace. Now, women are by nature loving and kind and nurturing, even though we've been acting in our masculine energy. Since we've been acting, unseemly and chaotic without all this structure that we're used to. And we've seen a lot of feminization of our men. We've seen them wearing dresses and heels and what broke wrists and acting sweet and kind and pleasant instead of bringing that fire. So that's what we expect to happen in the White House. Not so. Not on President Trump's watch. You're going to get that big D energy, baby. Okay? So President Trump had to handle Zelensky. And while everybody was having a fit on social media, including some men, that broke my heart to see. Then we saw a video come out of Zelensky dancing like a woman or like a homosexual, flaming, transgender, broke back, jelly back, sweet piece of candy. And now we understand and overstand that Trump knows you and he knows your energy when nobody else does. Wow, thank you so much, Brother Ronnie. Brother Ronnie Dorsey says, beautiful. Ready for the reset. Thank you for all you do and share, Doctor. Thank you, Ronnie. God bless you. Have it smiling you. Thank you so much for the $20 blessing. I am just so honored. Thank you so much. I love you all so very much. Those aren't men that moan and cry. They're males, but they don't understand. Men are made, okay? You have to go through the fire. You are made. You are put through the test. Women don't understand and understand that. So we need to stay in our lane and fall back. You want to talk about submission? Submission means to lean back, fall back, relax. Give in to the power that's in control. Give in to the man. Let him do his job. Thank you, Chief Mack. I sent you a link in case you want to join. Thank you, Chief Mack. I love you. Thank you for covering me and taking care of me and blessing me. Many of us need to get back to having a man in our life, because without the man, you don't have a covering, you don't have protection, and you don't understand and understand discipline. You don't understand and understand how you have to handle chaotic energy. I keep telling you, the reason we need a male covering is not just to provide food and to provide shelter, but it's also to fight off other energies. Yes, women get so nasty and disrespectful. Why you need a man? Oh, you need a man just to fight off another man because men are predators. Men are so mean. Men are this and that. You need a man to protect you from another man, because men by nature are predators. What are you talking about? Yes, they prey on you. Yes, they're predators. Yes, they're aggressive. Yes, men explore. That is the masculine principle. You would have known that if you had a daddy in the house. And that's no fault of our own that our daddy wasn't in the house. But we have to understand and understand how men get down. It's a basic masculine principle that men have to explore. They have to pray. They go after what they desire. It's cute when you're ovulating and you're wearing them short booty shorts, isn't it? It's cute when you're in heat and you want a man to come after you. Then you wonder, why aren't the men coming after me? All the men are soft. Why aren't the men doing what I need them to do? Where are all the men at? Why won't they come after me? Why won't they pay for my dates? Because you need a man. And you saw one in President Donald Trump. Now, a lot of y'all got behind that little weak Millie Mouse Jellyback man that got on his knees. Remember the man that played for the NBA, got on his knees because he didn't want to pledge allegiance to the flag or sing the Star Spangled Banner? What's that dude's name? The little soft guy that the women wanted to get behind, and some of the men who really don't understand masculine energy, they did. They got behind him because you like seeing a man on his knees begging and groveling, and then you let some deep state operative tell you, oh, the reason why Kaepernick got on his knees was because that's a way of rejecting the powers that be. Do you not understand or understand that getting on your knees is an obeisance posture? A humbling posture? That you're begging somebody to do something for you? That man made his money telling y'all to get on your knees to the deep state, having y'all running behind him, supporting him. Went off the next day and did a full spread on the magazine naked, showing all his butt cheeks and his soft body and a peek of his peen for his deep state masses that held him on a puppet string, because that's what y'all want. Y'all want to see a man on his knees. The devil is a liar. I got on the podcast of my brother in Louisville, Kentucky. He's an attorney. And they were talking about how people need to be on their knees and say, I can't breathe, and do all these mantras that's against us. People classified as Black need to be groveling and protesting by getting on your knees. And I told Brother Price, the devil is a lie. I'm a real woman. I do not appreciate or respect a weak, jellyback, Millie Mouse, soft man on his knees. I don't respect it. I want a man that's on his feet, coming right at you, grabbing you by your neck. That's the type of man Dr. Kia Pruitt respects. People don't know and understand how men get down. You come to me in my presence, if I'm a man, inappropriately dressed, I'm going to handle you. And I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care if my wife and children don't like it. You will respect a man by coming in his presence with the proper attire. You will come with the proper energy. You will come with the proper speech, and you will come having done your job, or you will be dismissed from my presence. And after I handle you, the men around me will handle you. Some people were like, oh, Vance shouldn't have said anything. Trump could have done it on his own. Trump didn't tell Vance to shut up. President Trump is handling business. I know what I'm talking about because my daddy was a man before he died. God bless his soul. My brother is a man. He served in the military. My uncles were in Vietnam War and other wars. My brother, Timothy Pruitt, served in the Iraq War, Kuwaiti War. I had men in my life. I had a husband. I know what it's like to be submissive to a man. I've had male coverings and male pastors. Men who didn't play games, men who told you to learn your place as a woman and you are to be seen and not heard. I've had men that were so powerful, I didn't look them in the eyes out of respect. That's just my training. That's why men love me, because I know my place. It's not in front of a man. Hell, I don't even want to be beside him, baby. You stand in front of me. I want to be behind you. I know my power as a woman. I'm fit, feminine, and friendly. I'm soft, yet direct. But when I deal with a man, I lower my voice, I watch my gaze, and I mind my business and my energy. That's just Dr. Kia Pruitt. Maybe that's why I have lots of male covering. All I'm saying is we need to learn to respect the masculine principle. We need to learn to respect that men take care of business. They bring order to our chaos. They bring discipline, and they bring structure. So on the State of the Union address tonight, President Trump will talk about a lot of things. He will talk about his accomplishments so far. That's what men do. He will talk about the economy in the United States of America, including the tariffs, and he will add in there about his improvements to the economy, as well as how he has created the sovereign wealth fund. He will talk about the protection at the border, because that affects the economy. So again, he will talk about his accomplishments so far, number one. Number two, he'll talk about the economy. Number three, he'll talk about the funding of the border. And number four, he'll talk about his plans for global peace. If you're in a room and you want to come on, Chief Mack, come on. Chief Mack says getting on one knee is a free Masonic ritual. Okay. So all the people that were behind Kaepernick getting behind a knee, and some of these other operatives saying, I can't breathe, that should be your protest when they supposedly unalived George Floyd. They had all these men walking around talking about I can't breathe, casting negative affirmations upon their lives. I wish I would. President Trump handled Zelensky. He's handling business. He's not weak. He's not a Millie Mouse, and he's not jellyback. Now, I found it interesting that one particular article that speaks about this about how he's delivering a big televised message tonight on Tuesday, March the 4th, the official inauguration date for our republic. They literally said, that, of course, that his speech will be followed by a rebuttal from the Democrats, which I already told you guys that. But they said, while Tuesday's speech appears to be a traditional State of the Union address, it is expected to be slightly different. This State of the Union address will be different because officially the ones that have occurred before are typically given by the president annually in late January or early February, and it serves as an update of events of the previous year as well as future agendas. But tonight's remarks, however, are what is called a joint address to Congress, a formal speech to all United States lawmakers that a president could deliver at any time he feels compelled to do so. And he's doing it to discuss matters of national importance. I pay attention tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see what this address is going to be about. The practice of calling for a joint address to Congress at the beginning of a presidential term was pioneered by none other than Ronald Wilson Reagan, and it has been carried out by every president since. They keep bringing up Ronald Wilson Reagan right now as it relates to Donald Trump. I'll put that article in the description section for you. They also mentioned Ronald Wilson Reagan when that Black Hawk helicopter collided into that American Airlines airplane. It collided over the Mack River in Washington, D.C., at the Ronald Wilson Reagan Airport. Comms being dropped. They keep bringing up Ronald Wilson Reagan. Somebody do the gematria on that. I bet you it'll be very telling. Also, just having a Black Hawk, which Hawk is a indigenous name. My maiden name on my mom's side is Hawkshaw because we're Cherokee and Blackfoot. Hawkshaw. Hawk is an indigenous name. So you had the Black Hawk, a military helicopter, collide into American Airlines plane. The indigenous plane, which a military in its military, colliding to an American plane that was full of Russian people was really weird. And it collided over the Potomac River, which is also indigenous. And the ice cold waters is what President Trump said. As if the deep state is frozen forever in that Potomac River over DC, the old capital of the United States Incorporated, the deep state. Then we had something to occur in Philadelphia, which was another some type of collision of a plane. And Philadelphia is the place of, or the capital for our republic, or it was historically. So a lot of comms being dropped, a lot of names coming out. And incidentally, today, March 4th, happens the day after March the 3rd, of course, 3/3, March the 3rd month, and the third day. So you saw a lot of 3/3 energy. And many people who study those things said that yesterday a portal was open and you had a master number working, the 33. That, the highest level that you can go in Masonic orders is the 33rd degree Masons. They are the keepers of the secrets, the ones at the highest degree. Yesterday was the 33rd energy, 3/3 energy. When you turn those threes around, it equals an 8, right? You see the 3/3, turn it around, face each other. It's an 8. The 8 energy is the number and energy for abundance. I know that because 8 is my life path number. If you want to know your life path number, look at the month, the date, and the year that you were born. Add up all of those numbers, you'll get a 2-digit number. Then you should come up with one number. You look at that number and then you Google what that master number means. Or if you come up with a 2-digit number that's 11, 22, or 33, that's a master number. You don't need to add those two together. Master energy flooded the planet yesterday. A few days ago, before we headed into the 33 or master energy, also the number 8, abundance and prosperity, we had a planetary alignment where all the planets, including Earth, were in alignment with each other. They were opening up the portal. This is a high manifestation time. Think of the things that you need, that you desire to usher in. Think about it. Speak it with your mouth if you desire. Write it down and it will come into fruition. So with all that master number energy flooding the planet, with the planetary alignments, we are moving into a very productive, powerful time in our timeline. This is March, a war month. Look at the M, turn it upside down. M is a W, March, war. So President Trump is going to war verbally and energetically with Zelensky and others as he ushers in peace and prosperity. He's going to talk about peace tonight. We're also looking at March as March Madness. A lot of things happening, a lot of energy flooding the planet during March Madness. You're going to hear a lot of financial news. This is why right as we were headed into March, we heard news and information that the Iraqi dinar is now going digital. There are many implications behind the Iraqi dinar going digital. That means they're about to take all of the currencies off the street. Pay attention. Why are they taking the currencies off the street? Because we don't need to handle fiat anymore. We're now going to be using digital assets, silver and gold, digital assets that you don't have to use. Rich, wealthy people don't even use fiat. They won't touch money. They know it's filthy. They know spells have been cast upon it. Now we're going to be using digital assets and real money, silver and gold. Thank you, President. I called him President John F. Kennedy Jr. for sending me your book wrapped in gold. Thank you for the necklace you sent me in gold. You can go to the real John F. Kennedy Jr. or John Kennedy Jr. website.com and get his book, or go to lulu.com and get his book or his healing necklace. We're going to be using silver and gold. Why? We don't need filthy fiat that's attached to the United States Incorporated or their monetary system, because silver and gold have been used as money for eons, historically, before the Bible. It even predates the Bible. And family, silver and gold actually brings healing. I want to say it, healing. They don't like for you to talk about cures and healing. Precious metals bring about healing. It raises your vibrations. It opens up the pineal gland. It, for some people, removes headaches. Testimonies that copper removes pain in the joints, which is why back in the day, I still remember a time when physicians and physician assistants and physical therapeutic people would actually tell their patients who had joint pain to get a copper bracelet, to get copper and wear it on their bodies, because copper brings about healing. Silver brings about healing. Silver is related to the feminine energy. Gold is related to masculine energy. Silver is related to the moon. Gold is related to the sun. We've had a lot of sun energy and it's coming in, flooding in a lot. And gold is going up. But we've neglected the feminine energy. Silver has to go up. Silver has to catch up to gold. Silver will outperform gold. Even though silver is a byproduct of gold and other precious metals, silver is not just used for money. We have silver receptors in our brain, which is why some doctors have created healing modalities to cure brain-eating amoebas. Why do you think they took silver and gold off of the original people? Why do you think they stripped silver and gold off of the planet, away from all of the people? Because silver and gold will raise your frequency up to God. You will become like gods. Why do you think the Anunnaki came to the planet to strip Mama Tiat, Mother Earth, from the gold? They wanted to heal their planet. Read the Sumerian text. The Ajijis, which were the people that were on the planet, started to revolt when the Anunnaki came here to mine gold and had them mining the gold for them. So because they revolted, Enki, Enlil, according to the stories, read the Sumerian texts that predate the Bible, and their sister Ninhursag or Nimna created modern day humans in the womb of Nimna, according to legend. They don't want to mention the woman. They'll tell you about Enki and Enlil, but you can't have the Father and the Son without the Mother, the three. They'll tell you about the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, but who's the Holy Ghost? Who's the Spirit? Who's the breath? It's the woman. Aset. She's back. Isis, also known as Aset, is back. Nimna, Ninhursag, Mama energy. Who do you think Chief Rod Hayes is talking about when he talks about Big Mama? Big Mama, Mama energy is the creatress. That's why we call it Mother Earth, Mother Nature, the mothership. Mama energy is coming back, as well as Papa energy, and they're balancing each other on the scales of Mayat. So you got the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, the Mother. They keep taking the Mother out. That was a Roman Catholic thing. The Roman Catholics or the Roman Pope was over the United States Incorporated, but it's all being dismantled. So Mama has returned. And Mama is in alignment with moon energy. She's returning. She's bringing balance. So silver will outperform gold. We had a lot of masculine energy, but some of that energy wasn't even true masculine energy. It was evil energy that we saw perpetuated by the deep state that was taking people's lives, doing things to children, harming children, doing things with our organs, manipulating the masses, pushing out MK Ultra mind control. That so-called masculine energy was actually evil, wicked energy. It wasn't of the man, not naturally. Killing babies through abortion clinics, that's not masculine energy, that's evil. Peace, family. Thank you. So silver will outperform gold. Right now, I thought that the gold to silver ratio was only like 80 or 87 to 1. Gold to silver ratio is 91 to 1. That's unheard of. That means it takes 91 ounces of silver to purchase 1 ounce of gold. That's not right. Historically, it should be 3 to 1. At the very least, the gold to silver ratio should be 30 to 1, but 91 to 1? Now, at the end of every empire, we know that they actually bring the gold to silver ratio down to 30 to 1, and then down all the way up to 3 to 1. So my point here is, if you don't have money or savings to get into gold, why not consider silver? It's going to outperform gold. When the ratio shrinks, it's 91 to 1. When it goes down, then you can, like, say it goes down 30 to 1, then you can take 30 pieces of silver and buy 1 ounce of gold. Okay, consider silver. We have silver receptors in our brain. This is just me speaking. Silver is used for industrial purpose. Silver is used in a catalytic converter. Silver is used for solar panels. Silver is used in your computer, which I'm using right now, from which I'm doing a podcast. It's used in your cell phone. Silver is used in all of your appliances. Why do you think they will take old used appliances? Why do you think they say drag your car in here and trade it in, or drag it in even if it's broken and it doesn't work? They want that palladium and platinum and silver that's in your car. Some of you are rich and wealthy and don't even know it. If you hold appliances, you've got silver. So at the end of every empire, not only do they bring the gold to silver ratio down, but they print up the money, they rack up the debt, they buy themselves resources, and then they crash the system and go towards a sound monetary system that we call the crack up boom. You can look it up. That's an economic term, crack up boom. Remember, Janet Yellen said, we've reached the debt ceiling. She said that under Biden, and she said it under Trump, right before Trump was coming in. We reached the debt ceiling. We need to do something. We got to take extraordinary measures. And her extraordinary measures that she wanted to take was to steal money from government workers, from their retirement, and make themselves whole. I sent you a link, Chief, in case you have any words before I check out. We're at the end of an empire. We're going to the gold standard. I've been saying this for years. I've been screaming it. I seemed like I was a lunatic in 2016, 2017 when I talked about it. 2014 when I was living in Ghana, and I was like, something is going on. They keep talking about gold. I see the Lebanese here. I see the Chinese. I see European nations here mining gold like crazy in Ghana. Something is going on. I said in 2014, Ghana is the Gold Coast. Why are they allowing illegal miners to come here? Then I stumbled across the book that said Africa is China's newest continent. I looked crazy talking about gold back in 2014. But now we have the BRICS coalition, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, refusing to use the United States dollar for trade. They've dropped it through their secret agreement called Project Sandman. People call it Operation Sandman. Another part of that secret agreement is to establish world peace, to refuse to go to war. They said in that agreement that when triggered, they will stop trading with the dollar. What was the trigger that we saw happen in 2022? Vladimir Putin went to Ukraine, declared war, and through that war, he exposed all of the trafficking that was going on. Through that war, not only did that expose Biden and many other presidents and all these other deep state operatives, what they were doing over there, for those who have an eye to see, while the mainstream media was spinning it that he was just a tyrant, but also that enabled those of us to see, to recognize and spot how James Comer, the chair of the House Oversight Committee, used some of that information that Vladimir Putin had exposed that was going on in Ukraine, and used that information against Biden. And he told you, James Comer, you can look up oversight.house.gov. Comer told you, I'm going to tear up Biden and I'm going to expose him. Thanks to Vladimir Putin, who showed some of that information, he put on the House Oversight Committee a lot of nefarious activities that Biden and the Biden crime family did against we the people. So that happened in 2022. Biden then put sanctions on Vladimir Putin, and Vladimir Putin clapped back by refusing to trade with the United States dollar. He said, you could put sanctions on me. That means nothing to me. I'll use my own money, the Russian ruble. And the Russian ruble, look it up, became the strongest performing currency in the world. That was the trigger. Remember? The Operation Sandman, ground. No more maritime law, no more admiralty law, no more law of the water, now law of the land, constitutional law, sand, ground, dirt, Operation Sandman. Look at the comms. Right before that, you had the Alabama Brawl talking about ships and black folks mooring to the water, removing the ship that was owned by shipmen in order to establish order, talking about returning back to law of the land. My son and I, Douglas Lattimore, did a whole deep dive on that. It's on my YouTube channel and Rumble channel. But Vladimir Putin clapped back by using the Russian ruble. It became the strongest performing currency in the world. Then he inspired, remember, he's from Russia. He inspired the whole BRICS coalition, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, to stop trading with the dollar. Andy Scheckman, the president of Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, and I did a whole deep dive about that years ago, how these companies were returning to the gold, to using gold through BRICS. So BRICS start trading with their own local currencies. Vladimir Putin made an address to the BRICS Union at his conferences and said, all you nations, including African nations, start trading with your own currency. I'll back you up with my military. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa all started trading with their own local currencies backed by gold. They started with the Russian ruble, which is why it became the strongest performing currency. And then Saudi Arabia joined BRICS, and it became known as Saudi BRICS. And I announced that in 2022, although mainstream media didn't tell anybody about that till 2024. And BRICS became known as SAL BRICS, and then other nations joined, all in 2022, at least to my recollection, probably happened before then behind the scenes. And they became known as BRICS Plus. The trigger was Putin. That's why Trump is saying, look, if I got to side with anybody, it's going to be Putin, not Zelensky, because I know who you are. I know about the trafficking of drugs, humans, and organs in the Ukraine. Whether it's the real president or not, because many of us know that many people have been saying that the real Trump died in 1989, and now this is his avatar or his body double or his twin or something. Even Baba Dick Gregory told you there were two Trumps. That shouldn't, I don't know why people are, oh my God, there may be more than one Trump. Knock it off. Ben Carson, who worked for the Housing Authority and wrote the book Gifted Hands, told you there were two Trumps, a red Trump and a Trump with a red tie and a blue tie. So the avatar Trump, the actor, the one wearing the mask, whomever, listen, y'all got to stop getting so emotional. Oh, there might be more than one Trump. JFK Jr. told you that Trump was his cousin and the real one died in 1989. Who else was that? There is a y'all tell me, Benjamin Fulford, who wrote for the Fords, been saying that for years. All that matters to me is that the work gets done, because when Trump takes down the deep state, I see you, Chief, I'm about to bring you on, and ushers in the republic, he's going to step down too. So we could get over your emotions. We're going to move to the republic, and then we're going to move away from there to common law and indigenous law. And everybody will be able to go by and establish their own nationality. You'll be able to go by your own way of living, as long as, if you're in America, it's in alignment with truth, justice, peace, freedom, and love, the 5 tenets that we have set here as the parameter of our lawful government, the republic. Thank you so much for the Cash App blessing. I appreciate you, family. For anybody that's asking or that wants to contribute to the work of Dr. Kia Pruitt, you can send a blessing. I appreciate it to Mama Kia 13. That's $MAMAKIA 13, because I am the mama of the Soul Tribe, and Chief Mack is the chief of the tribe. Welcome, Chief Mack.
Greetings, guys. How you doing, Dr. Kid and Soul family? I want to start saying what a beautiful time it is to be alive when you are connected to the right people and source, man. And we are in that time right now. So I heard you early on talking about the masculinity that some women seem to be intimidated by masculinity because we have been deceived by the people that's on television.
Yes, sir.
And the majority of the people on the television are the follow ones set down here to teach you everything in reverse. This is why I've been if y'all come back to watch this video, I'm gonna lay out some things to you that you need to truly embody, so that you can make light of the chaos that's been given to us. And the chaos has been given to us so that we can act as radical, so we can be so emotional. When you are erratic and emotional, you don't make wise decisions. That's why we have to, get our emotions under control. We really have to.
Yes, sir.
Because your emotions can be the difference of life and death. Because each one of us are going to be tested, and you're going to have people that come in to try to test you. Now, these people that we think of people are, if anybody is lower vibrational, then you can be body snatched by these entities. Parasites can take control of your avatar. So we're going to do a live on parasites, because I'm going to let you guys know that a cancer is just a code word for parasites. That's all cancer
What is?
Cancer.
Oh, cancer. Okay.
And this is for entertainment purposes only. They're giving names to things. But cancer eats the body up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but cancer, what is cancer? What is doing that? Cancer has an understanding. It has a job to do. What is cancer? What is this that's causing your body to turn on itself and to shrink the body by eating the body from the inside out? It's parasites. They call them cancer
Mm,
parasites. So for people who are weak in their bodies, the avatar, then the cancer can take root. But these parasites can take control of their avatar and control people and
mm,
turn people into monitoring spirits to the point where they hear
mm,
true light they reject it, they hate it. So we are aware of
mm,
these people that can be on this call who are parasitic in their thinking and their mentality. We waited on you to get here with some low vibrational rhetoric because we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give you some righteous rhetoric. And you don't belong over here if you bring in anything but other than light, love, and honor. We don't accept it over here in the soul tribe. So if you come in here with anything other than that, we're gonna kick you out and we're watching you. Because we don't have time for that in today's time. Lower vibrational people. We're not gonna give your Facebook, your any of your social media, you talk saying anything other than love, light, because you don't realize you're being tools of the adversary. And people like that, you're not going to be around for too much longer. So we have to learn all over again on how to live in equitable. And that's being happy. Even when things don't look a certain way, don't speak it, don't let it come off your tongue. You'll feel it and then try to do something immediately in a healthy way to release that tension that's on you. So with that being said, I work on myself. I've been attacked by some people. I've been called everything. I've been called gay. I've been called I'm sure transgender. I mean everything, and it's just stuff just not true. People will try to do things to get. And that just shows. I've been sad that I couldn't play the piano. That I push a butt to make y'all think I can play the piano. If that's if that's not called hating, because I'm a
yeah.
musician. I've been playing all my life. But you have people that are so envious and jealous of you, they make themselves look foolish. And I feel sorry for those people. I hope they can work themselves out of that and find some salvation and repentance in their heart, because that right there is going to cause your karma debt to be horrible when people lie on you like that, But
And
I'm
and
happy.
and they like Chief, and they love to lie on true masculine men, which is very interesting to me. A man that stands in his power, that's assertive, that's strong, that speaks in righteousness, that know that he has God energy, is
Yeah.
somehow a threat to many people. And I would submit that that's why a lot of people attack you. They don't like the energy. And I said before that masculine men don't only deal with just men. Masculine men will protect the woman and a child and the society and community from other
You can
energies that are not even human.
you have you have to really look at it. If a person is attacking someone like that, then you have to take a panoramic view of that person's life who's making these attacks. And
Mm,
I can promise you that most people who are doing that don't have a good relationship with their mom and dad, don't respect their mom and dad,
mm,
and are more than likely loners, or use for the truth that they're loners because they're loners because they don't trust themselves and they don't like people, and they make excuse about it, saying that they're a loner or
mm.
they're what you call that introvert. They make excuses for that. But these social media platforms
Yes.
are laced with individuals who are masked around as if they're whole, but they're not. Because if
Mm,
you're truly happy with yourself, if you truly have joy on the inside of yourself, if you truly know that you have
mm,
remedy and that you're on your way to total equity, you don't have no reason to hate on anybody else because you would know that you have to focus on yourself in today's time. And you have and another thing, people who don't have anything to live for will try to drag you down or pull you down because misery loves company. Why? Because misery is
mm.
lonely. It's lonely.
Oh,
Misery
okay.
is lonely. So that's why I always seek to devour and add company to it because it's lonely. And so,
Mm,
so we have to watch this. So we have to learn all over again to do some self-evaluation over ourselves, control. If so, so the point when you are, I said, and I'm going to write a book because I got, when these attacks were made against me, and so the goal, what people want to do, is they want to pull you into their chaos. They want
Mm-hmm.
you to go back and forth with them. They want you to give them energy in their whirlwind, and just don't give no energy. I knew that I'm God, divinely guided and protected. I knew I'd stay focused. And every time an attack happens on your character, slander, defamation, character, try to put, just stay focused, guys.
Stay
Give it.
focused.
The great spirit said, "Touch not by anointing, do my prophets or prophets no harm." And I stand on that. I stand on that. He said that the battles are his. Because if you try to handle it, then you're going to get yourself, what these people are trying to do is trying to get you to the point where you can slip up so that they
Mm-hmm.
can have something to take back to whoever they can take back. They want you to slip up. But if you don't slip up,
Mm.
stay, what's going to happen? When you don't feed into it, you get them enough rope for them to slip up. And that net, and the snare they set against you, a fool would set it for himself without even realizing it.
Wow.
And so that's why I said we have to really be spiritually mature and emotionally wise in today's time right now because uh, these entities are working through people to try to keep us who are getting ready to go over it into equity to break generational curses. They don't want that. They
Mm.
do not want that. So we got to say to ourselves, I am not going to let anybody, anything, any situation, any circumstances de- detach me away from this abundance here that I'm about to inherit, just not for me, but for my family. Many of you got daughters and sons and wives and husbands and significant others and just a plethora of people that's dependent on you that don't even realize that they're dependent on you. Do not let anything, any circumstances or situation get in the way of overflow. There's some amazing, incredible things going on
Mm.
that's getting
Yes,
ready to
sir.
happen. So it's always gloomy before that happens. You ever seen a storm that's so torturous and mean and just wind blowing, thunder and lightning, raining like sideways.
Mm.
Then
Sir.
an hour later, the sun is out and it is so beautiful. Well, that's what time. That's what's going to happen. So be encouraged,
Absolutely,
soul
Chief.
family.
I only,
Go ahead.
yes. No, no, no. I was gonna say I only
Yeah.
have about 5 minutes before this computer
Okay.
powers down. I'm in the car, but I would like for you to give the Soul family, of course, the words. Finish your thought, but also
Yeah. hmm
just
Go ahead. Go
some
ahead, Dr.
words. So,
Ken.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say some words to leave. Can you give us some words? Oh, I want you to give us some final words as we wrap up about, like you were getting ready to say, what we're headed into and how they should prepare for what we're headed for. But I wanted to show you this right quick, Chief. You know, you've often told us that the things that they want to give us, it's just money out of our own accounts anyway. And all this Nasara talk and all that is money that they really owe us. But I wanted to show you that President Donald Trump had announced that he said it was breaking news. Elon Musk delivers or believes that every American should get an enormous tax refund. So then there's this picture here. And I think what they're doing is they're making it seem like they're such, great people, benevolent people that's doing such a wonderful work. But can you speak to how this has to happen? You know,
Well,
just not to speak against the people that are being used to do all this stuff, but this has to happen. And then there's this one last thing I want to show you. Zimbabwe does not have a forex problem, central bank boss says. And the reason why they're saying that is because the Zimbabwean government has already said that they're returning to the gold standard. They got the ZIG, what is it called? The Zimbabwe gold backed currency that they're about to start circulating, that they've already announced. All of these currencies are about to revalue, family. So you're going to become very wealthy. Then you have silver and gold that's going to be revalued. Then you have all this money coming back to you, but they owe it to you. And now I turn it back into the hands of Chief. And Chief, my battery's probably got about 3 more minutes.
okay, real quick. And like I said, it's a beautiful time to be alive when you connect to the right people and the right source. Now,
Yes,
here's
sir.
the point: the United States dollar has to collapse for the other currency. As soon as that happens, that's going to free up the other currencies. It has to happen.
Mm,
The
okay.
United States corporation, which is the fiat currency, had a monopoly on the world's currencies. So you had to go to them to get purchased oil. But now that that's getting ready to retire, these other countries that they're ecstatic because now and see, and when that happens, guys, guess what? When that happens, that means that we can do what the banks have been doing that they didn't want us to know. Now we can
Mm,
fraction. Now we have the ability to fractionalize our currency. And this is why the banks
okay.
are mad and angry because you got regular common day people that got that's coming in there doing things that they used to do and they never anticipated. Now we can go in there and we can tell them how and what and when we want them to do. Because to move these type of
Mm,
funds, you have to have a trust. Man, if you don't have a trust, you need to have a trust set up so that and eventually when you get the money, you want to have several trusts set up. But they now we are be able to fractionalize our currencies. And they never thought that that day would happen. And it's happening right now. It's right before. So we're right there at the brink. The banks in America are lying to
mm.
people. Well, somebody told me that they went to Wells Fargo to
I
ask
can't
about
hear you, Chief. Where you
somebody.
breaking up, Chief?
Okay, hold on for a
You're
second.
breaking up. You were saying you said something about the banks in America. Okay.
So what the banks,
If
the
you want to
banks,
contact Chief Mack, you can send him an email. Hold on, send Chief an email at unityemotion45@yahoo.com. Go ahead, Chief.
yeah, the banks, the banks in America are lying to people. One gentleman told me that he went to the bank and he asked them about the reevaluation of certain currency, and the guy told him that that was a scam. Don't do
Hmm.
it. But then he said the guy told him that he was a mason. The guy said he was a mason. Why would you? So that's giving someone legal advice, which you shouldn't be
Uh-oh,
doing.
you're breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit.
I would break up when I'm trying to give this type of message.
We can't hear you.
Hold on for a second. So the guy told him that
Can't
he
hear
was.
you, Chief.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
It's breaking up. It's breaking up.
Hold on for a second.
Oh, somebody said, oh, y'all can hear him? They can hear
Can you
you.
hear
It's
me?
breaking up on my end then. Go ahead, Chief. I apologize. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, the guy was saying that they lied to him. Now
Maybe
here's the
it's just
point.
me.
That was a bank. That was a bank that gave that was selling foreign currency, and this particular bank told one of the employees told the guy that that's a scam, but don't do it. But why would you say that when the bank that you were at, if you're working for, was actually purchasing these foreign currencies for people? So we got to be really
Mm,
careful.
right.
We got to be careful. So they don't want
Mm,
people to be able to. They don't want people to have the kind of power and the power to the people. People finally have the power right now. Power to the people. That's what I got to say,
power
guys.
to the people.
Just continue to be enlightened and happy and speak life and love and honor over yourself and everybody else, guys. Power to the people.
Power to the people. Thank you, Chief. And Chief, you and I can come on like and on the evening if you want, or later on in the
Okay.
week and talk more in depth about, some things that you and I talked about off camera. We definitely want to talk about the health,
Right.
and we can talk about family another time, but we really need to talk about the health, Chief, because like you said, a lot of people are sick, they're struggling, they made some mistakes with taking certain things, during the shutdown and afterwards, and they're asking for help.
Yes, guys. I just posted to my page a very important enlightened video. You might want to go and watch it. Well, I've been saying that the certain people in the world stage they're not. They look like people on the outside, but they're not. And these are the ones that push that mandate on people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe want to watch it. So yeah, not the mistake that you made. And so we're gonna really home it on Zoom, us on health. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Chief. I apologize for kind of rushing through this, but I've gotten a notice from the computer that it's about to power down.
Okay.
Um, right quick, if you want to support Chief Mack, You can send him a cash app to $Allen Judah 47. Somebody asked. People really love Chief and they enjoy his work. That's $ALLENJUDAH 47. That's his cash app. That's also where you would send the payment for a consultation. If you want a consultation with him, then you need to email him at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. That's UNITYINMOTION 45@yahoo.com. And again, his cash
And
app. Let me see if I can get. Go ahead. Oh,
and
I
real
didn't
quick,
say at Yahoo.
for those who
Go
reached
ahead.
out to me yesterday, just know that I'm out of town, handling business with family, and I will get back to you at some point today. Be patient.
Okay. They're
Mhm.
saying thank you, Chief. They're saying they support you. What else? They want somebody wanted to know about your cash app. I gave that. And right quick, some of you also sent me a cash app while I was live. Let me just say before we get out of here, thank you so much. I want to acknowledge you. I appreciate you. Let me hurry up with that. So I will acknowledge, and I gotta go. Let me see. Always want to express gratitude. Jay Ashanti Farid, thank you so much for the blessing. God bless you. Julia Davis, thank you. Sister Deborah Adam, God bless you. She says, I appreciate love you. Thank you for the appreciate love. I appreciate love you, Queen. Anthony says, oh, this is for being a righteous angel. Thank you. And as Disa sent a blessing as well. Thank you so much. And he says, I appreciate you. So that's about it for me, family.
And
I
let me
just
say
wanted to
one more
let you
thing.
go ahead. Go ahead. To
One
pay
last thing.
attention tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. President Trump's speech. Yes, sir.
For a righteous woman to shut down a man, feminine, being feminine in all aspects, you would shut a man down. When he act like a baboon and second session, you just act like a true woman and feminine, you would shut him down. Because guess what? That'll shut me down. It would shut me down. That was
Mm,
one real quick. That was a woman that I did. It's about 20 plus years ago, and she
okay.
did something, and it kind of made me a little upset. So I popped my fist, and I hit my fist. And when the way she responded in such a feminine, beautiful way, it made
Mm,
me feel like a fool. I felt so bad. I said I would never do that
mm.
to her again.
What she do, Chief?
She she just got quiet and like,
Mm,
I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to try to stand toe to toe with you like I got balls.
mm,
I'm gonna be the woman that I am, that I was created to be, because I can't compete with you at being a man, but I can beat you being a woman.
mm,
So for you to continue to do what you're doing, you're gonna have ovaries if you come down and try to stand toe to toe with me and my femininity. So I had to correct myself. I had to correct
mm,
because I am a true protector. I'm a protector, and so it made me correct myself. And I'm always doing self check and checking myself. I'm always doing it. What could I have done better?
mm.
Could I do this better? I'm always doing self evaluation. And if you're not
Yes,
willing to
sir.
do that, you're not going to last. Y'all take care.
Mm.
Yeah, just want
I
to say that
love
real
that.
quick.
Thank you, Chief. Yes, because
Yeah.
we all have power, strength in our own right. And when women operate in our femininity and our softness, then we really can influence men. We could change the world in our own way. But operating aggressively and harshly or rudely is not always beneficial. So I know a lot of people give reasons to why we behave the way we do, but we'll save that for a whole nother podcast. We just want to restore the balance. Allow men step back and just be okay with men exploring, using force. We're not talking about abusing you, but we're talking about being forceful in their speech, being forceful and energetic, working with their hands, doing whatever they have to do to restore order. And sometimes they will have to use their voices. But if you didn't grow up around men, you would look at a man's resounding voice as a threat to you, when really that's just how men speak. So this yelling at men, spitting at them, calling them gay, trying to degrade them, calling them names, calling them weak, those type of things that doesn't work. Because if you got to understand, if another man were to approach a man like that, he know he's about to get handled. He might even have his life ended. Men don't even operate like that to each other because they know if all this male energy coming, you assault me, somebody's going to leave here unalive. But
Yeah.
women have become so brazen and illusion, thinking that we're equal to a man, and we're not. I don't even want to be equal to a man. Are you kidding me? And so in this day, a man already knows he can't put his hands on you, but if you were a man, you would have got dealt with. So we have to learn to stay in our proper place and be okay and let men be men. Let them do their thing. And a lot of women say, I would be a soft woman if a man would step up and do this and that. Look, I'm just a soft woman, or I'm just feminine because that's who I am by nature. And so men take care of me. Chief Mack takes good care of me. I don't have to work.
How
Good
about
care of
how
me.
about stop how about stop dating soft men then? Stay keep your legs crossed and shut and stop dating the weak man then until you find the right man. How about that? And stop selling it. Stop selling it and find a man that's righteous. Stop selling it and then emasculate man and destroying the man even worse than what he is, than what his mom did to him because she didn't have a man in her life. So how about shut your legs and stop dating man to emasculate men? How about that? Because that's why I'm
Sounds.
single, because I'm not going to deal with a woman who got dick and nuts too. How about that?
Ooh.
My
Yes, sir.
softness against your, my hardness against your softness work all day
Thank you.
long. How about that?
Mm.
And y'all have a good day. So, child, that's my man say. So, but I'm gonna bring it to you the right way.
Thank you so much, Chief. And thank you, Sister Lavina, for the blessing. I appreciate you. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. Sister Karen says, is that Sister Karen? Says, absolutely. The people are saying, say that, Chief. Yes, speak the truth. Somebody's laughing. They're like, oh, snap.
Man, right.
Yes, we got to stay in our proper places. We'll talk about that more later. We'll bring Chief on and maybe some other men if you guys want to see a roundtable discussion on masculinity, how we need to restore the family. And the reason why we brought that up is because President Trump is handling business like a man would. He's got that big D energy. He's got that big penis energy. He not acting like a vagina. I'm sorry. I know that's what people are used to seeing. He handled Valinsky. He's handling business and he's doing what a man does. All right, Chief.
Y'all take care.
I love you, family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching.
Love you
Thank you for
too.
supporting. Thank you for supporting the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. Thank you for supporting the Chief. I know I was a little strong today, but I just wanted to get the message across. I love you all. I love you, Chief. Thank you for being
Love you
here.
too.
Somebody,
Mhm.
Chief, they're saying you're funny.
Yeah, whatever.
We love you, family. Good day. Make this a great day. Watch President Trump speak tonight. Today is March the 4th. It is the lawful constitutional date of the inauguration for our republic. Remember, he did not swear on the Bible on January the 20th. That made people mad, but the Bible tells you not to swear, actually. So swearing on the Bible is not something that you actually should do. That's what the deep state does. Maybe there's a reason he didn't swear on the Bible, but he did go through these steps of being inaugurated on January 20th. However, the lawful inauguration date is March 4th. This is March 4th, Tuesday, and it is also the day in March Madness. So he will give his State of the Union address or his address to Congress. Today, he will address all of his accomplishments, the tariffs, the budget, and global peace. We love you, family. Peace out.
Peace.
Make this a great day. Oh, this is Chief Mack, the Chief of the Soul Tribe. I'm Dr. Kia Pruitt. I trust that we've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Go out and make this a great day. Peace.
Peace.